Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome for today's panel discussion. My name is JEEVIGAH. I'm the host for today, and it is a great pleasure to participate in the panel with our guest and to welcome you to this event. Let me introduce our panel for today's event. Panel number one, we have Dr. Syuhadah, a psychiatrist. Panel number two, we have Sir ANUAR, the Director of Child Saving Institute. Panel number three, we have ZUHAILI. Today's topic is I'm human and I'm against pedophilia. Pedophilia has been existed for centuries throughout most countries. Have you ever wondered why most of the countries have such a higher number of pedophilia cases in the world? Worldwide, the prevalence of child sexual abuse is estimated to be 19.7% for females and 7.9% for the males. We have invited you today to let know the people about pedophilia and how it can affect a child. Throughout the discussion, they will identify the risk and learn how to prevent it. So the majority of pedophilia culprits are known to the victims. Approximately 30% are relatives of the child, most commonly brothers, fathers, uncles, or cousins. Approximately 60% are the other acquaintances, such as family friends, babysitters, and fellow citizens. So most of us don't know that pedophile is a kind of mental disorder, so we have invited Dr. Syuhadah to explain us more about pedophilia. Okay, doctor. As I said before, some of us don't know much about pedophilia. Actually, what is pedophilia and why is it happening?
Thanks for the question, JEEVIGAH. Scientifically, pedophilia is categorized as a psychiatric disorder and is well known by the title. Child sex abuse is an adult sexual interest to children due to the sexual fantasy produced in their mind. This pedophilia is usually male, but there is also pedophilia from women, but the number is quite small compared to men. To date, the cause of a pedophile has not been known for sure. There are studies that say that disorder can be inherited from family. However, it is still unclear whether this is related to genetic factor or inherited behavior pattern. In addition, there are several things that can increase a person's risk of becoming pedophile.
Okay, doctor. Is there any scientific proof that on existence on pedophilia?
Well, there are studies that attempt to identify hormonal aspect in pedophile behavior. In conclusion, the studies show that pedo pedophilic men have low testosterone level. In addition, child abuse from adults who have a combination of psychiatric disorder, such as personality disorder and drug abuse, are risk factor to meet pedophilic needs.
Thanks for the explanation, doctor. So, now we clearly know that pedophilia is a mental disorder which happened to a low testosterone man. So, what is the effect of pedophilia to the children and youngsters? Sir Anwar here, who is the director of Child Saving Institute, to explain us more about it.
Thanks for question, Jeevigah. As a director of Child Saving Institute, I have seen a lot of children and youngsters who have been affected by pedophilia. The effect of sexual maltreatment on youngsters are physical, mental, and enthusiastic ones throughout some stretch of time. The following are three issues, specifically physical, social, social, and mental. Actual issues are comprised of dread, tensions from weight reduction, hypertension, and layering. Social issues regularly discuss new companions who are more adult, more strange, have relationship issues, and are depend on medication and liquor. Mental issues, then again, are rid of individuals. Abrupt change in conduct, outrage or withdrawal, ridiculousness, sleeping disorder, rate of the dull, evening tea, or thumb sucking in more seasoned youngsters. Also, they feel unequipped for themselves, have low confidence, sexual conduct, absence of fixation, and dietary problems.
Thanks for the explanation, sir. To know about pedophilia more deeper, we have invited a victim of pedophilia who have been gone through this such a long time. Some of us think pedophilia can affect only the girl child, but it can be happen to a boy also. That's why we have invited Zuhaili to let us know about the things that faced by a victim. Okay, Zuhaili, what's the negative impacts on the pedophilia victim?
Thank you for the question, Divika. Even though abuse and pedophilia is habit no regret for the action, victim will always have a horrific experience that will last for the entire life. Some of the frequent long-term psychological and emotional implications for victims who have struggled to rehabilitate and heal, including post-traumatic stress disorder, drug and alcohol addiction, the tendency of becoming offender, and behavioral and mental issues. The majority of the victims attempted suicide and as a result of the bad psychological state, which was compounded by the traumatic experience they had.
Okay, Zuhaili, what is the impact in the victim's personal and family life? Are they affected too?
Yes, victims of pedophilia frequently experience feeling of guilt and shame. Guilt is worsened by the culture of silence that exists in the majority of societies where severe of sexual assault life. Furthermore, victims of intrafamilial violence are given no choice but to feel guilty and embrace it. They regard themselves as being accountable for embracing the entire, while also feeling ashamed about having to tell others about it. One of the most trivial circumstances is sexual abuse within a family. Victims are forced to choose between revealing the abuse and risking disgrace for the entire family, or keeping it hidden and carrying the anguish and suffering individually. That's all.
Thanks for sharing, Zuhaili. Well, that's a serious issue we should aware of. Actually, parents plays a vital role in this case. Here's some advice to overcome this issue. We can prevent pedophiles by becoming more involved in our children's life. Make sure you know who your children spend time with, whether it's the people they regularly interact with or what they are doing at a friend's house. We can also make time to engage in your children's development. Pedophiles are on the lookout for children who appear to be on their own or whose parents are uninterested in them. Pedophiles frequent places where children congregate, thus getting involved in your children's life can assist create a barrier between them and a molester. The more ways we can teach children the right names of their anatomical parts, besides then, there's there any other ways to solve this?
Yes, of course. There is a project called Prevention Project Dunkelfeld, where they give free treatments to pedophiles. Their slogan, "Don't offend," is suitable to this condition. Statistics have confirmed that their method of treatment works well. In the meantime, we still need to protect our loved ones. We need to understand that this disorder could happen to anyone. Statistics from cases have proven that these victims were more 90% by their acquaintance and only 10% by strangers. Before you regret it, be communicative and open to your loved ones. Inform them to strangers are dangerous. In addition, educate and tell them that their genital part cannot be touched by anyone. As the victim of this disorder, they will be traumatic. They need support and guidance from the expert to handle their depression and frighten. Support, care and love from the family and relatives are important since it will encourage them to move on and forget the past. This kind of attitude are needed to break the cycle where the traumatic victim will grow up and with this depressed condition to something worse, like pedophilia.
Thanks for sharing, sir. So here ends our discussion. I'm happy to discuss this with you and I truly appreciate all of your comments tonight. I hope this discussion continues out into your schools, family, and friends. Thank you for being here.